You are watching Kings. Every Saturday, we tell the story of how big brands conquered the world. How WeWork is becoming the king of workspaces. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Hello Aluxers, and welcome back for another original video brought to you by our team here at Alux.com. There's no question that the nature of work is changing in many industries. The rise in entrepreneurs, freelancers, and people who work from home has brought about the creation of a unique kind of workspace that can accommodate the flexible nature of modern business. WeWork has been a pioneer in the co-working space, and although we can't quite say they've claimed the title of king just yet for reasons we'll discuss, they could be well on their way. Before we dive into how they're achieving this, let's get a little background on co-working. The big picture. Co-working is when people from different companies work in a shared office space. This type of workspace can also be attractive to independent contractors, freelancers, the self-employed, and professionals who work from home. These common workspaces offer a number of benefits, including decreased costs due to shared equipment, custodial services, infrastructure, and often receptionist services. It also gives a structured environment for those who don't work well in a home setting, and freelancers and other professionals who work from home can avoid the isolation that can result from working in your living space. There may also be networking opportunities and a sense of community. If that sounds good to you, you may want to check out our video, The 10 Highest Paid Jobs You Can Do From Home, by clicking in the top right corner. Co-working is increasingly becoming the new normal, with an estimated 35,000 flexible workspaces worldwide, a number that is rapidly growing year over year. The global market value of these shared workspaces is estimated to be $26 billion as of 2019. They include 521 million square feet of shared space. Co-working spaces are expected to increase at an annual rate of 13% worldwide and 6% in the US in the years to come, although rates in some markets will be much higher. The company that represents the most growth in the shortest period of time has been WeWork. They're quickly proving to be a dominant force in this industry, but let's take a step back and see where it all began. The beginning. WeWork evolved from a company called Green Desk, which was founded in 2011. Its founders, Adam Neumann and Miguel McKelvey, met while working in the same office building in New York City. Neumann had started his own business called Crawlers, which sold baby clothes with padded knees, and McKelvey was working as an architect at the time. In 2008, Neumann invested some of his company's profits into a vacant warehouse in a developing neighborhood called Dumbo. He then got together with McKelvey to start Green Desk, which offered environmentally friendly co-working spaces with recycled furniture and green office supplies. People would pay for a membership for access to a private furnished office, conference rooms, internet, printing equipment, and a stocked kitchen. The launch of the business coincided with the world financial crisis, but Green Desk thrived. Some who were laid off as a result of the crisis found a new beginning at Green Desk, and Neumann and McKelvey saw that people were drawn to their company more so by the sense of community rather than the focus on sustainability. This gave them the idea for WeWork, and in 2010, they sold Green Desk to pursue this new concept. The rise of WeWork. The two founders left Green Desk with no building, low credit scores, and only $300,000 between them. They were able to convince a landlord to take a chance on them by renting them one floor of a building in the Soho neighborhood of New York City. They launched the company with the help of real estate developer Joel Schreiber, who purchased a third of WeWork for $15 million. Their main focus was cultivating a unique office culture that they say even their competitors can't replicate. Just 1 month after the launch, the company was already making profits, and over the next 2 years, 4 more locations were opened. They began to gain increased attention from investors, and their Series A funding round brought in $17 million. Their new investors included JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs Group, and Benchmark. By 2014, it had become the fastest-growing provider of new office space in New York, with 1.5 million square feet of space utilized by 10,000 members. But they had more ambitious plans for the future. The strategy. WeWork leases buildings and then renovates them so they can offer inviting workspaces to their diverse clients, who they call members. It's essentially an office company, but it doesn't actually own any offices, not yet anyway. Their strategy is to charge a premium for the available spaces and, in exchange, require very little commitment from the members. This makes it the ideal environment for a startup, which can either easily move into a larger space when it takes off or cut its losses if it doesn't. It also gives larger businesses greater flexibility and the chance to cut overhead. Every aspect of each building is coordinated through specialized logistics software. WeWork offers these logistics and office management tools to outside companies as well. They also provide reception services, a mailroom, cleaning services, and free coffee and beer. Although they deal largely in real estate, they prefer to be seen as a services company with a focus on the ability to create a unique office culture through co-working spaces. Their business model is based on rapid growth all around the world, which it has been achieving, but not without some challenges. Growing pains. The support from investors enabled WeWork to expand quickly across the US and beyond. The number of WeWork co-working locations doubled in 2015, with a total of 51 in the US, Europe, and Israel. The founders made an ambitious plan to expand to every continent except Antarctica by 2017. This rapid growth led to a new financing round with a valuation of $16 billion. Investors contributed another $430 million in this phase by March 2016, and a total of $1.7 billion in private capital was raised by October 2016. This rapid expansion continued into 2017, with 172 locations established in 18 countries with about 150,000 members. This was primarily funded by a $4.4 billion deal with Softbank's Vision Fund. From this amount, $3 billion was invested directly in WeWork, and the other $1.4 billion was dedicated to starting 3 new entities: WeWork Japan, WeWork Pacific, and WeWork China. Softbank agreed to partner with WeWork to expand their presence in Asia. From 2017 to 2019, the locations of WeWork offices more than tripled. As of 2019, there are 528 locations in 111 cities and 29 countries. This is an amazing achievement by WeWork, but this type of rapid growth has not been proven to be sustainable. For the majority of its existence, WeWork has not been profitable as the cost of expansion has outweighed revenues. There was a revenue increase from 2017 to 18 from $886 million to $1.8 billion, representing 106% growth year over year. However, when you look at the economic earnings, which represent the cash flow of the business, they declined from negative $1.2 billion to negative $2.2 billion over that same time period. This is a troubling correlation to say the least, and it brings up some questions about what the company is really worth. Valuation. WeWork's valuation has always been a source of contention. One of its competitors, Richest, offers nearly identical services as WeWork, yet only given a valuation of $2 billion, when WeWork was valued at $20 billion in 2017. This valuation put it only behind Uber and Airbnb for startups in the US. When questioned about this, Newman said, "Our valuation and size today are much more based on our energy and spirituality than it is a multiple of revenue." That statement alone brought a lot of criticism. In 2017, revenue increased, but costs had increased as well, and they still owed $18 billion in rent at the end of the year. But more money came pouring in 2018, with $400 million of investments raised in March, followed by a $500 million funding round in July. In November, Softbank provided another $3 billion in funding. By 2019, WeWork's value had more than doubled from 2 years earlier, with a valuation of $47 billion. But this high valuation faced plenty of criticism when their IPO was announced. Failed IPO and corporate shakeup. In 2019, WeWork was on a roller coaster of highs and lows. They began their year with a $47 billion valuation, and they decided to change the legal name of WeWork to the We Company. They planned on presenting their initial public offering later that year, which was expected to be second only to Uber's IPO. However, the registration papers for the IPO revealed the true nature of the company's financial condition, which did not correlate with such a high valuation. There was also evidence of mismanagement and self-dealing at the hands of co-founder and CEO Adam Neumann. With little to no corporate oversight, Neumann had profited in the tens of millions outside of the company, in part by personally owning some of the buildings that WeWork's offices were leased in. He also employed a few of his family members, which raised some eyebrows. Just 33 days after the IPO was announced, it was retracted, and Neumann was ousted as CEO in September 2019. Neumann stated, "While our business has never been stronger, in recent weeks the scrutiny toward me has become a significant distraction, and I've decided that it's in the best interest of the company to step down as chief executive." Neumann's family members were also removed from the board. Several other executives have left the company as well, and it's rumored that thousands could be laid off. In the wake of all this controversy, WeWork's valuation has dropped to about $8 billion, and they could run out of operating cash as soon as November. Softbank and JP Morgan are both working on rescue financing plans to prevent this from happening. WeWork is now at a critical juncture that could see it rise above and flourish with a new management structure, or crash and burn under the weight of controversy. Closing. There's no question that WeWork has revolutionized the co-working industry. Their main clients continue to be startups and small businesses, but 40% of their offices are utilized by companies with more than 500 employees. And although this is a contentious fact, as recently as the beginning of 2019, WeWork was valued at 10 times higher than its nearest competitor. In just 9 years, WeWork went from one single location to well over 500 around the world, consisting of 45 million square feet of office space. They're the most recognized brand in the co-working niche, and they at least created the perception that nobody else can offer exactly what they do in terms of office culture. They are the largest office tenant in New York City, and they also have a strong presence in San Francisco, Boston, London, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and other prominent cities. However, their profitability problems, declining valuation, and recent corporate shakeup are keeping them from claiming the title just yet. If they're able to right the ship and reconsider their rapid growth model until it proves to be sustainable, they have the greatest potential to be the dominant force in this industry for years to come. Question. Now that we're wrapping up this video, we'd like to know, do you think you would prefer working in a WeWork space or a more traditional work environment? Let us know what you think in the comments. And of course, for sticking with us until the end, here's that bonus you're waiting for. In 2018, Neumann purchased a private jet for the company at a cost of more than $60 million. This caused a stir among employees, since they didn't receive the bonuses and raises they were promised because of WeWork's profitability issues. After much backlash, the Gulfstream G650 was sold in September 2019, as the company admitted it added to their perception problem. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question on our website, Alux.com. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.